G'day folks. Been playing Valve radios all day today. It's 6 PM now, and I'm afraid I've actually had to shut the curtains and darken the room a bit. We've got the sun coming through at the wrong angle. We've got this clipper. Now, this is not the one I had the other day. I've had this one for quite a few years. You see, it suffered a bit of case damage here. Some of the plastic got broken right out, and there's a couple of wee marks here. Maybe something got dropped on it, maybe when it was stored in a garage, something like that. So we don't know anything else about it. We've had a look. We haven't found any dead mice in it or something. It has the proverbial, and almost always people cut the aerial wire off almost completely. I don't know what, there are obviously bunyips going around doing this. So I've fixed about 1.5 meters extra onto that. No obvious faults. We checked for the cable and the plug. There's no obvious faults. We're using our earth leakage circuit breaker, RCD, ELCB, safety switch, GFI, GFIC, whatever you want to call it. We'll think up a fifth name for it another day. Now, before I had the camera going, I started it off on the 15 watt bulb, the tungsten filament, the old type non-energy efficient bulb, to give a high resistance. So I had a 15 there for starters, gave that a couple of minutes with the 25, and then up to the 40. So what we'll do, we'll turn it on. With this one, it's on the tone control. We'll make sure we're getting it on the picture there. The tone control is the switch. And you see the bulb glow. It's fine if the bulb glows brightly at first, as long as it dims down a bit. So with the 40 watt bulb, we're running about 160 volts there. Oh, see how it's dimmed down quite a lot now. And yeah, about 160, 170 volts. So, and the bulb's now very dim. That is nowhere near a 40 watts worth of... If there was a dead short circuit in this, if there was a nail in here, or a very bad circuit problem, a dead mouse or something, if this was to glow brightly like you would expect a 40 watt bulb, that's a warning. Obviously we've got our safety switch there, our RCD, ELCB, GFIC, whatever. It's been on for a couple of minutes now, warming up. And we're going to turn on the to full power using our homemade dim bulb tester. Well, there we go. Now, I had to go with this earlier, tried to get sport radio so we can avoid the music. It's on 1260 AM on your AM dial in this area. That sound, appalling quality. Now, I'm going to ask one of the phone a friend Valve radio people. I know the volume control's probably dodgy, but it's not just that. Either the speaker is partly defective, or maybe one of the valves, or maybe one of the resistors or capacitors that support that particular valve. So whether that would be the main audio high power, you know, the last valve in line that does boost the audio. So there's plenty of power, and I tried music stations a bit earlier, and you had plenty of power, but the quality of the sound of the audio is terrible, and keeping the volume very low only helps a little bit. So if you just wiggle the volume knob there a little bit.
The food's so damn expensive, you need to take a loan out, you know what I mean? It's got to be affordable, it's got to be accessible, you want people to come back. You've got to $25. Yeah, get rid of security and have chaperones. People actually welcome you and, hey sir, can I help you to your seat? Can I take you in? Is there anything we can do for you? You know, I remember having to get into Eden Park years ago, and you're trying to sneak in a salad roll, and you know, they're basically strip searching you. You feel like you're you make you feel like you're sort of sneaking heroin into Singapore, and in the background they're sort of, you know, building the gallows. How dare you bring us roll, and we're going to hang you for that. You know what I mean? And it's like, mate, I just come here to watch sport. I don't really have the budget to buy from you. I just want to eat.
Now that's about the best I've ever had the sound volume. The quality of it at that low volume. So whether we've got an issue with the loudspeaker itself, whether we've got an issue with a valve or the support for a particular valve, or whether it's just, I don't think it's 100% the volume control's fault. but they're matching knobs. This could actually have all the original knobs, and in that case it may have its original volume control. And I know that in New Zealand, the early models of volume control were not as good quality and as long lasting. New Zealand built ones. This 1954 or so, this radio came out for a few years. Yeah, this is the early model, this one. We're going to try not to touch the chassis, obviously, but that's there you go. Unlike that other one that was known to have the live chassis. And the TV's turned off today, so we know we haven't got any interference coming off the TV.
Let's go to the phones. Hi, Mark.
G'day, Mark. I just want to say that I would agree with what you and Justin said regarding New Zealand rugby, but
there we go. That's what Mark reckons about New Zealand rugby. So good on you, Mark.
I mean, as a Waratahs fan, it was great to see us get a win this weekend. But I'd like to get your opinion on what you think Australian rugby needs to do to sort of get back on its feet.
Well, I'd like to get your opinion on whether the quality issue is related to the loudspeaker itself, the a problem with the volume control, the rheostat, whatever, or I don't think it could just be the audio, the main final AF valve, because there's lots of volume there, and if the valve is defective,
I don't think they can find everything for everyone, so I think you've got the
I'm wondering if that's mostly loudspeaker related. But anyway, tell me in the comments. Otherwise, next time I get this, I'll try to get this along one day to the Vintage Radio Club, and the people there older and wiser than I could perhaps listen to it and give me their opinion on what's if there's a reasonably easy fix. But it's going. It does tune in stations over the whole frequency range, unlike the other radio I had the other day that was it would do the upper part all right, but the lower part it wouldn't do, and apparently that's one of the valves. That's the first thing to check. But there we go.
Which about the round's been taken out of Melbourne because it's like you're just completely diminishing, if not wiping out entirely, rugby unions' spread around the country.
Yeah, but I mean, are you really
So
foothold into Melbourne with AFL?
That's all.
And then the Melbourne
All right, folks.
had to work hard and
This is the clipper with the broken face.
big footballing population too in those
Out of my collection. We'll go back onto low power,
you can look at it and go,
and we'll turn that off.
but the model is suggesting that it's not working. And I would imagine Australians, whether they live in Perth, whether they live in Darwin, just want to see a Wallaby team win the Bledisloe Cup, just want to see a Wallaby team win a World Cup. And I think they could...
So even on low power there, that's 150 odd volts.
They did that, I don't think they'll be a team.
It can still come nice and loud. Right. Turning off our safety switch that has got more names than we know what to use. Alright folks, that's all.